Okay. And PK, you have to unmute your mic in the lower left-hand corner of your Tweet Spaces screen, and then you can talk to us. There you are.
Hello, everyone.
Hey there.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I just joined the space very late. You guys are already winding up. I want to quickly ask this question. If one wants to secure a remote job, what are the steps? And where can one search for those remote jobs? Thank you.
Okay, I'm not sure I caught the question. I think he was saying, are there strategies for...
He asked about, strategies for securing remote jobs. So what you want for securing remote jobs, yes, is making sure that you demonstrate that you can work well remotely. And that means showing that you have initiative and showing that you have productivity. And so that one of the things that we find about people, so with my clients, when we evaluate who works well remotely, it's people who take initiative, not people who are just passive and just do what their boss tells them. Those are the people who come to work at Tesla, the more conformist people. You want to show that you take initiative, that you are creative, and that you can be responsible for working remotely. And those are the things that you want to demonstrate. And there are a number of ways of demonstrating these things. But that's the crucial thing, that you're a problem solver, you take initiative. When you notice problems, you go ahead and solve them. But you are willing to work harder than you would in the office for the privilege of working remotely. And so treating that like a privilege and being a motivated starter who takes initiative and shows creativity and entrepreneurialism, those are the things that will get companies to hire you as a remote worker.
Always, it's a privilege to speak with you. I just every time learn something, and it helps refine my understanding of the human experience. I'm happy to share my positive bias with you, and I'm glad we're both of that. So we don't have to do any bridging of that particular bias. I think as it turns to my bias in the workplace, again, your own experience or how you feel about working from home. I feel like workplace environments are very activating and inspiring. And I would feel bad about people that weren't there, that that wanted to say that we were part of the collaboration in real time and in person, in flesh environment. But again, we all have these biases and we all have these preferences, and that's what makes a ball game, right? We find places we want to work that suit our biases and our preferences. And the fact that I think the really important thing that people should take, if they have strong feelings about this one way or another, the one thing they should take away is there's not a good way and a bad way to solve this problem. There are good ways to do both, and that people clearly want both. And I had no idea what priority it was for people, which to me is, again, another eye-opening thing, which is that we have to, if more important than healthcare, we need to provide that for people if that's really that important to them. And it'll be interesting to see how it works out. And it will change how we build. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to disagree with you. There are bad ways of solving it, and Elon Musk is solving it in a bad way.
Maybe, but again, but if we empathize with him, he has sort of Asperger's, and that's the kind of, that is his style, and he's been very successful with that style. And, personally, would probably respond to that kind of leadership. I would, I'd dig in, and that's just me, right? And a lot of people would bristle against it and hate it, and they shouldn't be there. And so he is what you call he's saltifying. He's evaporating. He's creating too much salt.
Evaporative cooling. The evaporative cooling, right? So
he's evaporative cooling.
So right. People who'll be left at Tesla will be more conformist and less innovative, creative, and so that will definitely
maybe that's what he wants. Maybe, exactly. Or maybe he'll have a separate workforce for the creative side at home. I don't know. That's up to him. But I always worry about thinking about these things in terms of good and bad. There may be better and best. There may be better ways to do it. I get that. But people, we're all so very, I don't want to say different because we're all kind of the same too, but to think about each of our experiences and good or bad, I think it just sort of limits the human experience a little bit. It's just we're just sort of different, and there may be better ways to do it. You may want to rethink what you're doing, but maybe you can adjust course along the way. You'll learn something, and you'll do something much better. Who knows? I don't know.
I think that's right. You adjust course. I mean, I think generally telling people that you don't trust them is not going to work for the vast majority of people. So, I think we can agree on that.
Fair enough. Again, thank you as always for joining me and spending time with me. You can find some more of Gleb's podcast with me. There are at least 2 other ones. DrDrew.com if you look for him at the Dr. Drew podcast. And we'll bring you back one of the next. There'll be another book, and we'll get back to that before then too. We'll get you into sort of answer questions, and we'll I would love to do a more comprehensive cognitive distortion talk one day, where we just do the map of cognitive distortions. That'd be very interesting. I once saw a table of cognitive distortions, and I was really surprised how many there actually are, and we should be kind of aware of them. So, thank you so much. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much, Drew. I appreciate you inviting me.
You got it. That's Dr. Gleb Tsiburski. You saw the book. You saw the website. Again, disaster. Caleb, disaster website. There it is. DisasterAvoidanceExperts.com. Caleb?
That's right. Yeah. DisasterAvoidanceExperts.com.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, anyway, thank you all for being here today. We'll be back on Monday next week. We're going to do a little different schedule next week. It's going to be Monday at 3 and Tuesday at 2. And then Susan and I have to make our way to Austin for a little after dark visit. That's going to be an interesting experience, as always. I miss those guys. And as you know, they're busily working away there in Austin doing their thing, and we love joining them, and we will be there. So look forward to that. You guys are fans of that. We appreciate your support. Let me just look at the restream before I sign off here. Yeah, thank you, James. Bye, Hitler. You guys are touching a lot of things through the fence. All right. I think that is that. And we, again, appreciate y'all being here. And we will see you on Monday, 3 o'clock Pacific time. See you then. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Susan. And we'll see you then.
Ready in Chumash, Arba, Shalosh, Shtaim.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's at podcast with Christina P.
Meow, 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 meow. Come see me, just stand up live. San Francisco, July 29th, and July 30th, and then Seattle, July 31st at the Neptune, and then Cleveland, Ohio in August, Minneapolis at Acme Comedy Club, August 26th and 27th. One night only in Brooklyn, the night before Bauhaus, September 7th, obviously. That's why you're there, too. Nashville, Tennessee at Zanies in October, and then back again, Jew-Dork Titties at Caroline's in November, and then I also doing Fart Lauderdale. ChristinaPOnline.com for tickets. Bush's baked beans are the sure side of a good time. Let me tell you what I love. I loved baked beans. You know why? My dad used to have Bush's baked beans in our cupboards, and it's just the most delicious, flavorful, memorable thing from my childhood, and it reminds me of good times, right? Hot dogs, grilling, just baked beans. One taste of that slow simmered sweetness with a bite of a savory burger is enough to know you've arrived at the best part of the year, because there's something magical in that iconic secret family recipe that turns any summer into a good time. Keep the good times rolling this summer with Bush's Baked Beans. Learn more about those beautiful Bush's Baked Beans at bushbeans.com/moms. In order to support our show, we need the help of some great advertisers, and we want to make sure advertisers are ones you'll actually want to hear about. But we need to learn a little more about you to make that possible. So go to podsurvey.com/WMMA and take a quick anonymous survey that will help us get to know you better. That way, we can bring on advertisers you won't want to skip. Once you've completed the quick survey, you can enter for a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Terms and conditions apply. Again, that's podsurvey.com/WMMA. Thanks for your help.
I want to come see you in New York at Caroline's. How fun would that be?
Would you really?
I would love that.
I would love that
If
too.
I can make sure that I can get there. Is it on a weekend? Weekday?
Oh, yeah. I usually do Friday, Saturdays.
Oh, really? Amazing. That would be so fun.
Where did you, by the way, Jamie Lynn Sigler is joining
sorry.
me. You know her. She's a very famous actress. I love how both you and Rob Eiler, your television brother from Sopranos, you guys are the most down-to-earth, humble, famous people I think I know.
You know why? I have actually come to realize why I think we're a little bit like that. Because the beginning of our careers and like kind of our lives were part of like this crazy huge show. And it's really like done nothing for us later in life. Like in a way, meaning like, obviously the only thing it's actually given me to take on with my life is the incredible experience I had and the relationships I made from it career-wise. Like it didn't. Like it did and it didn't. Do you know what I mean? Like it gave me a little bit of cred, but I still have to hustle and do everything. So I feel like it really just taught us a very important lesson early in life that like the most important thing is the people, the time, and the other stuff doesn't matter.
So